A reading from the book of 1 Kings. Today is October 30th. Our reading from 1 Kings is chapter 16. The word of the Lord came to Jehu, son of Hanani, against Baasha, because I lifted you up from the dust and made you a ruler over my people Israel. But you followed the way of Jeroboam and caused my people Israel to sin, vexing me with their sin. I am going to sweep away Baasha and his house. I will make your house like the house of Jeroboam, son of Nebat. Anyone belonging to Baasha who dies in the town shall be devoured by dogs, and anyone belonging to him who dies in the open country shall be devoured by the birds of the sky. The other event of Baasha's reign and his actions and his exploits are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. Baasha slept with his fathers and was buried in Tirzah. His son Elah succeeded him as king. But the word of the Lord had come through the prophet Jehu, son of Hanani, against Baasha, against his house, that it would fare like the house of Jeroboam, which he himself had struck down because of all the evil he did, which was displeasing to the Lord, vexing him with his deeds. In the 26th year of King Asa of Judah, Elah, son of Baasha, became king over Israel at Tirzah for 2 years. His officer Zimri, commander of half the chariotry, committed treason against him while he was at Tirzah, drinking himself drunk in the house of Arza, who was in charge of the palace at Tirzah. Zimri entered, struck him down, and killed him. He succeeded him as king in the 27th year of King Asa of Judah. No sooner had he become king and ascended a throne than he struck down all the house of Baasha. He did not leave a single male of his, nor any kinsman or friend. Thus Zimri destroyed all the house of Baasha in accordance with the word the Lord had spoken through the prophet Jehu, because of the sinful acts which Baasha and his son Elah committed, and which they caused Israel to commit, vexing the Lord, the God of Israel, with their false gods. The other event of Elah's reign and all his actions are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. During the 27th year of King Asa of Judah, Zimri reigned in Tirzah for 7 days. At the time, the troops were encamped at Gibbethon of the Philistines. When the troops who were encamped learned that Zimri had committed treason and had struck down the king that very day in the camp, all Israel acclaimed the army commander Omri king over Israel. Omri and all Israel then withdrew from Gibbethon and laid siege to Tirzah. When Zimri saw that the town was taken, he went to the citadel of the royal palace and burned down the royal palace over himself, and so he died, because of the sins which he committed and caused Israel to commit, doing what was displeasing to the Lord and following the ways of Jeroboam. The other events of Zimri's reign and the treason which he committed are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. Then the people of Israel split into 2 factions. A part of the people followed Tibni, son of Ginath, to make him king, and the other followed Omri. Those who followed Omri proved stronger than those who followed Tibni, son of Ginath. Tibni died, and Omri became king. In the 31st year of King Asa of Judah, Omri became king over Israel for 12 years. He reigned in Tirzah 6 years. Then he bought the hill of Samaria from Shemer for 2 talents of silver. He built a town on the hill and named the town which he built Samaria, after Shemer, the owner of the hill. Omri did what was displeasing to the Lord. He was worse than all who preceded him. He followed all the ways of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, and the sins which he committed and caused Israel to commit, vexing the Lord, the God of Israel, with their futilities. The other events of Omri's reign and his actions and the exploits he performed are recorded in the annals of the kings of Israel. Omri slept with his fathers, and he was buried in Samaria, and his son Ahab succeeded him as king. Ahab, son of Omri, became king over Israel in the 38th year of King Asa of Judah, and Ahab, son of Omri, reigned over Israel in Samaria for 22 years. Ahab, son of Omri, did what was displeasing to the Lord more than all who preceded him. Not content to follow the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, he took as wife Jezebel, daughter of King Ethbaal of the Phoenicians, and he went and served Baal and worshipped him. He erected an altar to Baal in the temple of Baal, which he built in Samaria. Ahab also made a sacred post. Ahab did more to vex the Lord, the God of Israel, than all the kings of Israel who preceded him. During his reign, Heel the Bethelite fortified Jericho. He laid its foundations at the cost of Abiram, his firstborn, and set its gates in place at the cost of Segub, his youngest, in accordance with the words that the Lord had spoken through Joshua, son of Nun.